Okay. All right.
Make sure you use the brush to cut before you paint.
You said cut. What do you mean by cut?
Cut means doing the ends.
Okay.
All the ends, top, ceiling, and floor. I would be cutting. And then you make sure, no matter how pretty it looks the first time, you do 2 coats. Because paint can't stand up with 1 coat, no matter how expensive the coat is. You can't get what they say it's gonna get unless it's 2 coats. And you try to get your ceilings first and the walls second. But since I'm gonna be painting twice, it didn't matter because the ceiling is gonna get 2 coats. So that's the reason. The walls are done before the ceiling.
So when you're going around the second time, do you still do the cuts first?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's gonna dry in.
It's gonna dry in
because of the force.
Okay.
Now, if you see it does, if it doesn't match after the second coat and the ceiling though, then you just go around and touch it. But it should match. That's the reason you cut first. Okay. Because that paint will dry. It will dry first, and the other paint will just be catching up. The wet paint will be catching up to dry paint, so it's blended. That's how it's blended.
Okay. So you were talking about the pattern of which you should use the roller. How should you use the roller?
The application is better when you roll in more than one direction.
Okay.
Going this way first. Go the opposite angle. 45-degree angle different.
So do you have the rotation, like you're not going straight with that one either?
Yeah, but you're going to not a 45-degree angle.
Okay.
Over the same spot. So you went one way like this and then you didn't change a 45-degree on the same spot.
So don't curve your arm when doing that.
The same way you're doing the same. You just go in one spot at 2 angles.
Okay.
And the application becomes better. You skip less spaces, you know?
Yes, sir.
And you kind of painting twice one time when you do that.
So what about when you had the curve in your arm? That's when you're
doing a long straight wall.
Long straight wall?
Like you're down and the wall is 12 feet up and you have to use a stick. That's when you try to keep that angle. When we're doing your wall, I'll show you that one.
Okay.
Your wall got room too. But you have to use a stick and you can't keep the line straight.
Okay. And so what about at the end when you're painting? Like, how would you know that you need to go back over it?
Just look at it, just like the sanding part.
Yes, sir.
Use your eyes, and it's not gonna lie to you. You're gonna see the spots where the paint look. It should be look as one, and you're gonna see spots where it look. So the one coat should be all white. You're gonna see a spot that look a little cream. When you touch a spot up, you don't touch that exact spot. You gotta touch a big area around that spot. If the spot is this small, when you touch it, it becomes a foot, like the size of the roll.
Oh, okay.
And if you can roll it, it's better than doing the brush. But the brush is gonna leave a few marks for you.
What method or what stroke would you use for the brush?
Brush stroke is the same. You go up, you go down. You try to turn your hand as you go up. As you come down with the same motion.
So, for example,
You could turn the brush. You're gonna go up. I'm going up,
yes, sir.
and then you would come down. You don't go up and then turn the brush to come
Oh,
down.
okay.
You go up, and you're applying paint, and then you come down. If you come down, you do the same thing. You go up, you keep the brush. You don't ever flip the brush.
Okay. Why don't you flip the brush? What does that
Because
do?
you're gonna take the paint off.
Oh,
I'm saying that's why the brush strokes are one way.
yes, sir.
You can the same thing you do, you can end up taking paint off. So when you go one